So I think today's workshop was an excellent opportunity for landholders and other interested parties to get a really firm idea of how these things can be measured.
Now we're at a stage of being able to actually account for these practices, and also take on the new information, as it's coming to light, and putting that in place.
The Natural Capital Accounting workshop gave a heap of clarity over the detail that would be involved if people really wanted to go ahead and start measuring these things for their own information on their farms. And also I think people were able to learn that that information can be valuable to them as landholders in their decision making. They don't necessarily have to go ahead and register projects or turn it into a marketing opportunity. They can just apply this knowledge to improving their work practices, maybe measuring some of the actions on their farm and seeing whether they're improving or degrading natural capital.
What got me interested and what really brought me here today is obviously sharing a similar attitude to everyone else in the room there at the workshop, but a lot of like-minded people in our area, and farmers and landowners, is getting on the front foot, not only safeguarding our own business, but making sure that we're always acting in the most climate positive way possible. But the main thing that I've probably found the most beneficial was, again, just breaking down of the different methodologies, and being able to identify which is going to be our first best step to take as Ockerson Park as a company, and just to really sort of nail down our goals, and sort of what we want to achieve over 5, 10, 20, 30 years through the program.
My name's Doug Murchison. I recently, 2.5 years ago, purchased a property from the Australian National University. It's just over 1,000 acres in Taylor's Flat. The property has about 40%, 400 acres, locked up in the Biodiversity Conservation Trust. I think that probably measuring your fauna and the flora, those aspects of it, was certainly a higher interest, but also the process that one goes through to achieve a certification. So instead of just going in and getting some samples done and taking it along, there is quite an in-depth process which I found necessary. Certainly will be implementing some of the practices, in fact most of them. I intend to go down the path of certification, because it'll just be a systematic way that I can achieve what I wanted to achieve prior to coming in today. This way I can actually get a register and look at the ways to measure my achievements or our achievements in altering the existing conditions of the property or enhancing the biodiversity side of it as well, particularly with the wildlife corridors, shelter belts, etc.
I'm Genevieve Wakeham and I live at Coolac. We have 300 acres on the Murrumbidgee River. The opportunities I think will come in the future. We're probably going to do some things to improve our natural capital at our place anyway, and the benefits of it might come with marketing or just by being able to demonstrate that we are looking after the land, or we're good custodians of our property. The most beneficial to our farming enterprise, I suppose, is the information that was given this morning about how it actually works.
Another benefit that producers would have received from attending the Natural Capital Accounting workshop today would be to provide them with early access to a way of measuring their natural capital on their farms. And being quite a new concept, it will give them an advantage in being able to start to account for these assets that they have. And natural capital accounting is going to become more important as we go forward in the future. And by having these measurements and accounting methods that they were provided with today, they've got some data there ready to go. I think the resounding message I got from landholders out in the paddock was that the idea of measuring these things was not nearly as difficult as they imagined when we were looking at the theory.
The Natural Capital Accounting Workshop, the whole morning was extremely beneficial. I think it was certainly quality, not quantity.
I found the whole day was very useful and very interesting. Yeah, it's very fruitful.
A clarification of the whole situation of where the benefits are, whether it fits in with our philosophy about how we want to look after what we have or improve what we have and contribute to the environment.